I admire his willingness in taking a risk and the hard work he put on in mitigating those risks. We all have one or the other goals, but are we taking substantial risk in accomplishing the goals? Life is all about taking risk. If you never take risk, then you will never know what you're capable of. If it's still in your mind, it is worth taking the risk. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Jagdish, for that wonderful quote. Now it is time for me to introduce Toastmaster Venu as idiom master. He will share some couple of idioms for the benefit of guests and members. Toastmaster Venu, stage is yours.
Good evening, TMOD. I'm not going to share any couple of idioms, or even I'm not going to share any idiom at all, because I hate idioms. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share one saying, a famous saying. I just want the meaning of the saying. That saying is, blood is thicker than water. Can anyone say the meaning of that? Blood is thicker than water. Yeah, unmute.
As in, like, you always give importance to preference people who are near to you than people, something like that. You always give
What do you mean by near to you?
a near and dear one, like family, blood relation, whoever.
Family members. Yeah. Actually, that's what we think. That actual meaning of this saying is totally opposite to what you said. We are thinking that blood is thicker than water means the blood relation is much important than others. That's what we think. But the correct meaning of this idiom is that the saying is, the full extension of this saying is, blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Can I share it if it is allowed? Yeah, this is exactly the full form of that saying. Blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. The covenant means the formal agreement. In ancient times, whenever the two parties, whenever they are making a formal agreement, what they do, they just cut their hands and they just handshake so that their blood, in a way that to mingle their blood. So now they create a new bond, mingling their blood. They created a new brotherhood. This brotherhood by blood is thicker than the water of the womb, in the sense that the same brothers who were born in the same womb. So now the brothers who were created because of the blood of the covenant is much important than just the simple brothers, actual brothers. That's the actual meaning. But what we are taking, it's in opposite to what it actually means. So hereafter, whenever you are using this saying or the proverb, ensure that you are using it in proper connotation, because still now we are using it in the wrong manner. So hereafter, I hope you are going to use this saying in a proper way. This is today's idiom, not idiom, it's a saying. I hope you enjoy it. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Venu, for that wonderful idiom. Now it is turn for me to introduce the third important person of every Toastmaster meeting, that is general evaluator. Today's general evaluator for the meeting is Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttukrishnan, who is working in Southern Railways for more than 20 years. So now stage is yours. Srikanth Kuttukrishnan, now stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, and a very warm welcome to all the guests. Chennai Toastmasters Club is very happy to host you for this afternoon's meeting. I really enjoyed the theme of today's meeting, Burn Your Boats. I mean, you would appreciate, those of you who have read the history of the Aztec Empire, which comprised about 3 states, Mexico and other 2 states. They were city-states, and they had a lot of pressure. It was in the later part of the 14th century. And it was an envy for a lot of people around that 3 states, that Aztec Empire, or you call it the 3 Alliance Empire. And the Spaniards was eyeing for the wealth. It had a lot of wealth. And Herman Cortes in the early 15th century came and captured it. And he had one suggestion for all his men who had come along. that there is not going to be a chance for them to return without conquering and taking back all the wealth that have been there in Aztec Empire. So that's very interesting. I really want you to read that history of Aztec Empire. And today I would be your general evaluator. As a general evaluator, my role is quite obvious. I would be viewing very keenly and observing the entire proceedings of today's meeting, right from the word go till the very end. And I would come with a comprehensive or a very detailed report where our meeting has been good. And if there is any room for improvement from my point of view, I would be suggesting what could be done to make the meeting much better. So I am ably assisted by two set of teams. Rather, my team consists of two, A and B. The first would be the timer, R counter, and the grammarian who would be supporting me. They would be giving their inputs. And the second one would be the speech evaluators, as the word suggests. These are evaluators who are going to evaluate individual speeches, prepared speeches to be very specific. And for today's task team, we have a dual role being played, that is the timer, R counter, and grammarian. So the timer is played by Toastmaster Abhilash. He would also be our grammarian this afternoon. So first I request Toastmaster Abhilash, who is the Vice President, reigning Vice President, Public Relations of our club. So I request Toastmaster Abhilash to first read out the objectives of a timer, and also he could tell us what would be his role and objective as a grammarian. Abhilash, could you please explain both the roles to us?
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth, for that introduction. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, my role today is to remind speakers how much time they have spent on their speech so that we will run this meeting on time. Time is an important aspect for us to convey any idea effectively. So, in that spirit, I will be raising the green card when your speech is long enough, the yellow card when your time is running up, and the red card when the time is over. For example, for prepared speeches, the time is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll be raising the green signal. At 6, I'll be raising the yellow signal. And at 7, I'll be raising the red signal. Similarly, for table topics, the time is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the green signal will be raised. At a minute and a half, I'll be raising the yellow signal. And at 2 minutes, I'll be raising the red signal. You'll be given a time of 30 additional seconds to finish your speech. So that is my role as timer. Now, let me move on. I will also be your grammarian this evening. As grammarian, it is my duty to note down the good usages of the English language in today's meeting and the not so good usages as well, and report them at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Additionally, it is also my duty today to introduce to you all the word of the day. The word of the day is paladin. It means to champion a particular cause. An example is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, being a great paladin for justice, took up Slater's case and the argument continued for 19 years. With this, let me hand over the stage to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Over to you, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan.
Well, that was Toastmaster Abhilash for you. He would be our timer as well as the grammarian. And now for the R counter, to keep track of your R's and we have Toastmaster Satyaraj. May I please request Satyaraj to read out the objectives of our R counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Satyaraj.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmaster and guest. The purpose of R counter is to note the words and the sounds that are used as a crutch or pause pillars by anyone who speaks. During this meeting, I will listen for overuse of words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds including ha, and er. I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or pairs such as I, or this means at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used the these expressions. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Satyaraj. Toastmasters and guests, well, you just heard me and my team about the roles that we are going to play and the objectives, how we are going to see through this meeting, and what would be the report that would be given would be based on the objectives that you just heard. Now, it's time for me to hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. Enjoy your meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for your beautiful and brilliant, excellent description of about your roles and your team goal. Now let's start the meeting. The first session is prepared speech. Today's first prepared speaker is Toastmaster Abhirami. She is delivering her project from Innovative Planning, Level 1, Project 2, that is Evaluation Feedback. Second speech. Her title is Conquering My Fear of Trying the New. So before introducing her, I call upon our evaluator to read out the project objectives or speech.
Thank you, TMOD. Toastmaster Abhirami is giving a level 2 speech to from Innovative Planning Path. The purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose is also to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from the first speech. Timer, please note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Nanda. Our first speaker, Abhirami, is working as Assistant Vice President in Barclays Bank, and she is a chartered accountant. She is the current Sergeant at Arms and incoming VP membership for the next term. So, Abhirami Ayyappan, Conquering My Fear of Trying the New. Conquering My Fear of Trying the New, Abhirami Ayyappan. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. Sorry, just a small thing. I have logged in through a backup, so I'll be available to the speaker one and speaking through the other phone. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Are you all making time to try something new? I hope yes. I see some heads nodding. Then here comes the big question. So do you enjoy the process of doing something new? Or do you wait until this new becomes a little old and familiar, after which you can enjoy it at your own pace? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. In my life, most of the time, I never quite enjoyed trying something new. It's only when I completed the new task in hand that I was at ease. A couple of months ago, when I joined the club, I did the role of idiom master for the very first time. And for that, I woke up early in the morning and prepared throughout the day for the idioms. And I was quite nervous and jittery until I delivered the role on stage. And finally, when I delivered the performance, I was very relieved, and I felt a great sense of accomplishment. It was that Appa Mudinjada Sami kind of an accomplishment. When I reflect upon today, when I think back about this role, it was not a very difficult role. It was just a 2-minute script where I had to prepare some 2 to 3 idioms and deliver it on stage. And for this, I had prepared as if I'm going to create idioms and send it to Brennan Martin for their grammar book. Thankfully, I was quick to realize that this was not something with the idiom master role, but it was my style of operating. I was scared of doing anything new. So as a result, my joy was very much limited to taking a new task out of my to-do list, and I could never enjoy the thrill of doing something new. Now, maybe I do not know how to enjoy the process of doing something new, but I always knew that whenever I'm lost in life, I shall seek within. So I sat down, calmed my mind, took some deep breath, and positioned myself. And here I question myself like this. Abhi, why did you not enjoy performing the idiom master role? The answers didn't come quickly. After a long pause, I could hear myself say, this is the first time I'm doing the role. I was scared of screwing it up. Okay. So what will happen if you screw up the role? I might feel bad. Okay. Why do you feel bad? I'll be worried about what others think about me. Okay. Makes sense. Now, who are these others? Rekha ma'am, Geeta ma'am, and Nina ma'am? Oh, okay. So they'll all be thinking about you when you screw up a role. Yes, of course. The reality is, Rekha ma'am, Geeta ma'am, and Nina ma'am will be busy after the meeting with their own lives. Geeta ma'am with her Sindhi Association, Rekha ma'am with her PMP projects, Nina ma'am with her mentor chair pool. So no one really will have time to think about you. Oh, okay. So everyone will be busy. That means I can pick up any role and screw it up. Yes. No, you can pick up any role, you can perform it well, and you need not really worry about screwing it up or not. No one is going to be thinking about you. This is a story of how I seeked within to learn one of the biggest lessons in my life, that the fear of new cannot be conquered. It can only be gracefully accepted. From then on, whenever I tried something new in my life, I reminded myself of 4 little things. The first one, it's absolutely normal to feel uncomfortable when you start something new. This is something related to the human evolutionary process. Whenever man evolved and he tried something new, like those rubbing the Flintstones to get those fire and all that, everything new at every stage meant danger. It meant death. It meant loss of reputation, a question mark on his survival. So the brain has been programmed in such a way that whenever you try something new, there will be a deep-rooted fear which will surface. So it's absolutely human to experience it fear. That's the first point. The second one, my most favorite, my recent realization, we are the center of our world or our mind only in our own minds. This is also called the spotlight effect, where we all keep thinking that the whole world is looking only at us. Actually, everyone is busy thinking about themselves. So we need not be really worried about who's watching us. We can just enjoy our lives and forget about the rest of the people. The third one is going in with the right mindset. Now, what is this going in with the right mindset? So whenever you do a new task for the first time, you do it with a mindset that you want to learn the task or to experience whatever you're trying, but not with the intention to go and master it. For example, if I'm doing the idiom master role, my aim would be to deliver a couple of idioms which my audience would understand, or it may be to get the best tag role player. But it cannot be something like, I will be the best idiom master that CTM has ever seen, that too at the first time. So this is how you differentiate between going in with the right goal, not an exaggerated goal. The last step is prepare before you go. Whenever you're preparing for a new thing, maybe you look up in Google to see, how you handle it, or you talk to someone to understand how they have done it previously. The process of preparing will make your brain feel familiar with a new task. As a result, you will start relatively enjoying it. It will not be very new and alien. Fellow Toastmasters, with these 4 simple steps, let's enjoy whatever new that we are trying rather than waiting for it to become old and familiar. Because at the end of the day, life is meant to be lived and not to do list. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhirami, for that wonderful speech. You talked about how you overcome your nervousness and how to overcome the fear of public speaking, and not only public speaking, but also how to take up roles in a very positive and right mindset. Hope it helps all the newcomers in CTM. Now it is time to introduce the second speaker. Second speaker is Deepak Thompson, who is doing his project from Presentation Mastery, Level 1, P2B, Evaluation and Feedback. His title is blank ... So I request his evaluator to give feedback, to read out his project objectives for the benefit of guests and members.
Thank you, TM Modi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. And today I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Deepak's speech. His project objectives is, the purpose of his project is for the member to present a speech on any topic and apply the feedback to the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received which he has got from his first speech. All the best, Toastmaster Deepak, and over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Aishwarya. So the speech right of Deepak Thompson is responsible is one. Deepak Thompson, responsible is one. Over to you, Deepak.
Oh, you're on mute, Deepak.
Deepak.
Yes. Timer, before you start the timing, I would request the audience to turn on the videos. Of course, if you are comfortable. Thank you. Right. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wonderful day to be with you all today. So how are you all doing today? It is all, I can see it in your faces. You are all doing good, well and good. Good. Nice to see some hands going up. So now here, but someday you would feel like someone always complains to you, come with a complaining note. Hey, I did this and it went totally wrong, terribly wrong. This person came to me with a very bad tone and he shouted me like anything. You ever heard that? Yes, of course, we all complain and we complain to everyone about everything in life. So that is the human nature and the human tendency to it. So now, as a kid, remember, as a kid, we all used to complain. Mommy, dad hit me so hard. Yes, even I can see the print of the bamboo stick here. Yeah. So now when I go and complain to my mom, just think of this instance and keep it aside. So now, when I'm going to be a teenager, I will go and I will complain to my friends. Girlfriend is not at all listening to me, man, as if all the girls going to listen. So now this, and then when I'm going to be an adult, I'm going to go and complain about my bosses to our colleagues. Of course, you have to complain it to the right colleague, or else you'll end up bad. So then I'll keep it aside again. Still keep it aside. So now when I'm going into a mid-aged place, when I'm traveling down the life, so while I'm in mid-aged, I will complain about all the mid-age crisis I face. So now I will compare myself with rich people, and I want a bike, I want a car, I couldn't do anything, I want to achieve so many things, but of course I'm not going to do anything. Of course I'm going to shut up and work. So all these things we just go and complain to others. So at some point, even the rich guys, they complain, I lost a great deal. I should have been won this deal, but somehow I lost it. Even I want to go to a pub and blow off some steam. So everyone does it. Everyone complains. I hope you are agree to that. So now, what do you think we have in common in all the things? Here, whatever categories I told, as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult, and as a mid-aged man, what we have in common? We all go to one person whom we trust the most. Yes, we trust one person the most, and that person should be the responsible one. That is, yes, Toastmasters are guests, that is my title, the responsible one. So now, when I'm going to talk about the responsible one, we are having 3 different types of activities that we need to do. Before going to the activities, I'm going to talk about how we classify our action plan into 2 different stages, where one bucket belongs to how you respond to everyone, like your friends, like your colleagues, like any other person who comes to you for an advice or who comes to you as for complaining. So now, then there's the other bucket. That's the wife. So these 2, why I put wife and all the other common person in one bucket? Yes, you will definitely know, because some person will have answer to every questions. Gentlemen, I hope you all agree to it. Remember, I'm not asking the ladies. I'm keeping my wife out of it. I'm not going to talk to her about it. I'm not going to end up bad. So this is hypothetically, everyone. I'm just asking a question. If everyone agrees, I hope the gentleman agrees to it. So now, when some person comes to you with a complaint or with some kind of they just need to blow off steam, what do? You need to do the 3 things that you need to do. One is, first, learn to listen. Listening is a very big art. So you need to learn how to listen and not interrupt them. And the second thing is, be empathetic. to them. Show empathy to them. While listening, show empathy. And the third thing is guide them in the proper way, or you have to not only guide them, mentor them, even if required, take a step forward and help them. So now, then I'm coming to the next category, the wife category. You better have to listen. Then the second thing you need to do is listen. And again, the third thing is you shut up and listen. There is nothing more you can do it here because they know everything, what needs to be done. They just need to blow off their steam, come to us. We just need to hold the garbages like a dustbin. Okay, just carry it and throw it off somewhere safe, and be very careful not to spill anything inside the house. Keep it outside the house. So as a dustbin, we need to do our job very carefully. So this is when we are learning how to respond. When I see, I was in one situation here. One of my colleague came to me and told me he was in a very despair situation. He loved a girl and he failed and he attempted a suicide. And fortunately, the good thing is he survived. So he came to me and told the next day, not actually, next day after his discharge from the hospital, he came to me and told, this is what happened. He never told this situation to anyone else because I feel I should be the responsible one. I saw him crying in his desk. I called him separately, asked what happened. Then he poured out all his concerns, worries. Then he was thinking all about himself. He was thinking all about his future wife. Really? Wife? So now, then I told him, please start thinking of your mother. What would your mother do after you are gone? Just a simple fact. We just need to lay it out. And then now I'm very much happy to see he is blessed with 2 kids, living very happily. And he came to me one day and told, I was very fortunate to have a role model like you. So this is something, whoever comes to you, you guide them. You try to listen with empathy and ensure you have done your part. So now coming to the wife, please ensure you listen, try to convince them it is a very bad idea. Don't do it. And have a good day. Thank you, Toastmasters. And back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Deepak, for that wonderful speech about responsible and role model. And also kudos to you for being a role model for one of your friends. So that's a nice innovation. That's nice information for us to know more about you. Thank you for that wonderful speech. Now coming to the last but not the least speaker is DTM Nina John. She is presenting her speech from Effective Coaching L1 P3 Research and Presentation. Her title is Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. DTM Nina John. DTM Nina John. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Before I call her, I ask her evaluator to read out a project objectives for the benefit of guests and members.
Good evening, everybody. DTM Nina John is presenting her speech on researching and presenting. The main purpose of the project is for the member to learn the basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Geeta. DTM Nina John is a very senior Toastmaster and chartered member of Chennai Toastmasters Club. She is also the current mentor pool chair of District 120. So without much ado, handing over control to DTM Nina John. Zoom, 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 DTM Nina John. DTM Nina John, zoom, zoom, zoom. Over to you, Nina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Day, fellow Toastmasters. Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's the one word we are all hearing every day in and out. You're zooming into a meeting, you're zooming out of a meeting. There's a Zoom meeting for CTM, there's a Zoom meeting for something else. What on earth is happening? So I'm going to talk today about Zoom as a company. Many years ago, there was this young Chinese engineer who had His girlfriend was there in another city. So every time he wanted to see her, he had to travel hours and hours. And he was like, oh my God, if there was some way I could just talk to her without going all these different, traveling all this much time, how great that would be. He tucked that idea away at the back of his mind and kept it there. Meanwhile, as a software engineer, he had the same dream that every software engineer has. Go to Silicon Valley, the land of microchips and potato chips. So there he went, and he got a job with a company called Cisco, which was doing web platforms and video conferencing. As a service engineer, he was at the receiving end of all those complaints, and he was like bugged with all the bugs that were there. So he was telling his company, come on, let's do something about it. And remember, I personally think mobiles are the future thing. Nobody was listening to him. So he walked out of that company, out of WebEx, with 40 other engineers and started his own company called Zoom. He did this 9 years ago on April 21st, 2011. So what is Zoom? Zoom is an easy, reliable cloud platform for video, voice, content sharing, and chat that runs across mobile devices, desktops, telephones, and room systems. It was running fine, making a few millions, trundling along, and suddenly 2020, COVID-19, Corona, lockdown, work from home, study at home, talk to your family across the world, learn from home, do things, everything from home. How do we do that? Zoom was the one company that was perfectly positioned to take on this challenge. There were other companies. Google has been having its own conference facilities. Microsoft has been having all its own things, but none of them were as easy or seamless as Zoom. They provide a free package for 40 minutes for up to 100 users and works even with slow internet. Recognizes devices, whether they're Android, iOS, or all the rest of it, is user-friendly. What are the disadvantages? 40 minutes is all we have. We need more security issues because suddenly the whole world was on Zoom. There was Zoom bombing, there was hacking, there were competitors trying to get into it. And since we all had so many Zoom meetings from morning to evening, Zoom fatigue sets in. That's a totally different speech altogether. But meanwhile, the competitors are building up. So Google has now offered free, unlimited time, unlimited number of participants, all of these and other things are coming up. But today, Zoom has 2,532 employees, has 300 million users worldwide, and has $663.5 million in revenue. So we're talking about the fact that Zoom has taken over our lives anywhere, everywhere. You look at it. You can use, this is the first picture is that of a virtual classroom for yoga, where you can have a yoga teacher in any part of the world and you can join in from any part of the world and it's absolutely fine. In case you recognize some of those pictures in the second one, CTM is one of those that has joined the Zoom revolution. Toastmasters across the world have jumped onto the Zoom bandwagon. We have Zoom meetings that are now, that allow us, for example, at CTM to invite Richard Peck, international president, to attend our meeting here in Chennai simply because of Zoom. And as I said, it is so totally user-friendly. The last picture is Maya, my own granddaughter, all of 5 years old, attending a Zoom class for her LKG or whatever, play school or whatever you want to call it. And that's really what Zoom is all about. User-friendly, able to take seamless, any device you can get in. You can telecast, broadcast, whatever you want across the world, get members from anywhere. You're set for anything and everything. And with that, I am handing it back to the Toastmaster of the day. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Thank you, DTM Nina Jan ma'am, for the wonderful research and presentation about Zoom. And also, many of us don't know who is the founder and where, how, and when it was started. After your research, we came to know that it was the one who started this Zoom in April 21, 2011. Thank you for that info. With that, we conclude to the first session of every Toastmaster meeting, that is Prepare Space Vision. Now we'll move on to the second session, very important and critical session, which allows and gives every member, non-role players, a chance to speak in front of public. That is table topic session. Now the table topic session is handled by very senior Toastmaster and energetic, dynamic, and our club and area level champion, evaluation champion, Toastmaster Puneet. Toastmaster Puneet, it stage is yours. Puneet.
Thank you, Guru sir. Thank you for being patient. So I was just trying to log in through phone. So good evening, everyone. We are in the most exciting session of any Toastmasters meeting, which is table topic. You do not have a table. You don't know what topic you're gonna get. Yet it is known as table topic. Strange it is. But having said that, table topic test your impromptu skill, and I'm gonna have plethora of topic for you, which is pertaining to theme and which is gonna test your ability to think on the feet. So again, as Abhilash rightly alluded to, time is 1 to 2 minutes. Green at 1, at 1.5 minutes, yellow card will be shown. At the end of 2 minutes, red card will be shown, and we'll be having a grace period of 30 seconds. So wear your thinking caps because we are gonna have a fun ride. So the first speaker I'm gonna call, whose job I'm gonna make it even more difficult because he's already a presiding officer. He has taken timer, he has taken grammarian. I'm pretty sure apart from guests, I have to call few role takers due to less number of people in our meeting. But the first person who I'm gonna call is our VP elect for the next term, Toastmaster Abhilash. Now this topic is tailor-made for him particularly. Abhilash, can we have you here with us?
Yes, Puneet, right here.
So your topic is the word CA means come again. The word CA means come again. Toastmaster Abhilash.
Good evening, my dear fellow. Okay, before that, I'll just start the timer. I forgot that, sorry. So, thank you. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. The word CA means come again. And perhaps that is how I, in fact, started my speech. I started to speak, then forgot that I had forgotten to set the timer, and then I had to come again and restart. But if you ask me, for me, in my whole life, the word CA has meant a different connotation, has a different connotation. I am a chartered accountant, and whenever I hear the word CA, chartered accountancy comes to my mind. And with it, I believe that, you know, what the table topic master said was also true. Come again. Chartered accountancy is a course where you have to, you know, it is probably a course where your caliber is measured by the number of times you attempt the course. And so it is probably the very definition of come again. So indeed, it is a tailor-made topic for me. Relating to Toastmasters also, you know, the word come again has a good meaning for me. I was very afraid of, you know, taking up public speaking. Even when I joined Toastmasters, the first 4 meetings went by with me sitting quietly at a corner, afraid of the table topics master. The first table topic that I spoke, I managed to just speak for not even a minute, and I came back to my seat. But if you ask me today, the second or third or fourth times that I take up, it has been enjoyable, and I have loved speaking on table topics. So I believe the word come again defines me, from my professional journey of a chartered accountant to my Toastmaster journey here in table topics. Thank you for that wonderful topic. Over to you, table topic master. My time is 1 minute and 46 seconds.
I was planning to make your life more difficult, but every time I throw a topic, you always come out stronger. That just shows tough time. The tough situation always brings out the best in people. Abhilash, you are one example of that. And no doubt we are glad to have you as the VP elect which means I'm gonna get a lot of speaking slot because I'm giving you the slot this time. Just kidding. Next up we have Satya Mut. 1 second, if I got the name correct. Hi Satyaraj, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Thank you so much. Okay, your topic is somewhat related to theme as well. So, growth and comfort do not coexist. Growth and comfort do not coexist. Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you. Thank you, Puneet. Give you a wonderful chance to, as a accounter, it get a chance to play the table topic. Today, I have, it's very less people we have to get chances. In this comfort, so we have to create ourselves to be anywhere to comfort, to make ourselves be confident to whatever it will be do. So in the things we can, so we can interested to learning and make things to be part of any roles or anything. So you have to more interested and take the challenges, things make a comfort, and you can put more effort to succeed the role or whatever it is. So if we to put more effort, it will be make a easy zone for all the places. So you definitely get uh, definitely get the good results and more comfort to be a part of things to overcome for the all the problems. Thank you. Over to you.
Good attempt, Toastmaster Satyaraj. Keep attempting, and I'm pretty sure we are going to see a champion table topic speaker in the making. And next up, I want to call Toastmaster Kalvad. It's been ages we have seen him. Toastmaster Kalvad, are you there?
Yes, Puneet.
Okay, I can. It's been ages I'm seeing you, but anyway, it's great to have you at CPM. So your topic is somewhat little quirky. Just because it fits doesn't mean that it actually fits.
Puneet, so sorry. I'm not, I think some network. Can you repeat the topic again, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Or just put it in the box also, like chat box.
Okay, I'll put it for you. I'll read it out for you again.
Yeah, sure.
Just because it fits, doesn't mean it actually fits.
Okay. Let me just read it on the chat box. So sorry. Just because it fits does not mean it actually fits. Okay, great. So yeah, so there is a two things to handle the table topic. So always there is a tricks is taught by our senior Toastmaster. If you know the topic, you can directly go about the topic. If it not, then you have to take it. So it's like a just because it fit does not mean it's actually fits. I don't know how we can just relate, but what I'm just trying to relate here is that the topic, I don't know whether it will fit me at this point of time, considering it is a valid topic for me, but as a situation, it has to be fit to me. It is because I'm actually holding this topic. So we can take, a few examples also. The role, whatever the role we going to play or the currently playing, we don't know whether it is actually suiting our aspiration or belongs to your career. But considering the current situation, there is no any other opportunity. You have to fit yourself to the current opportunity, whatever is there, and you have to prove yourself to the world. So again, I'm just repeating the topic, because just because it fits, it does not mean it is actually fits. So I'm just closing it at this point of time. Thank you so much, Puneet.
Thank you so much, Kalvat, for attempting. Really appreciate the sincerity and authenticity and honesty in attempting the table topic. So can we have guests, any guest who want to volunteer? Anyone who wants to volunteer, guest? Okay, I don't see anyone. Okay, it's okay. I think I'll still call our Toastmasters fraternity member. So next up we have, can I try the same topic once again? Deepak, I'll consider your request afterwards. Let me see, depending on the situation. So the next topic goes to Toastmaster Nanda. Toastmaster Nanda, are you there? Toastmaster Nanda?
Yes, Puneet. I'm
Okay.
here.
So I have a very innovative topic for you. Are you there? Okay.
Yes.
When nothing goes right, go left. When nothing goes right, go left. Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you for the innovative topic. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So in life, we usually come across a lot of problems. Whenever you hit a problem or a roadblock or an obstacle, we tend to take steps or look for solutions in a way we are programmed to, based on our old experience or how we had dealt with the problem earlier, or with a fixed mindset. But sometimes this will not work. Of course, it may work in most of the times, but sometimes the problem itself will ask you to think big, explore other options which could lead to the solution. So what I usually do is at work, whenever I hit a roadblock or like a technical domain, or if I deal with people, I generally shut me off from that particular issue, take a stroll in the garden or go for a short walk, think through the solution, and then think around the solution as well. For example, let's say the solution is like you would want to deal with some difficult customer case or something. So instead of thinking only from the customer perspective and also from the case perspective, I also used to think from the bigger level. Why is this customer raising this issue? So what is his actual pain point? The real issue could be something different, but what you are dealing with could be a symptom of the real issue. So once you take a top level view or a global view or think in his shoes, you will get a completely different perspective of the issue, and that will ultimately lead to the solution when you work with other team members or other teams, etc. So always don't take the right path. So be to try to look to the left, to your back, your center, or everywhere. Look around and try to find a solution which will fit the problem. What do you, TT Master?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nanda. You have given us a 360-degree perspective as to how to solve a problem. Truly appreciate the enthusiasm and the way you've given a solution. So can we have guest Simon, if you can volunteer for a table topic? Guest Simon? Seeing no response, I'll go with guest Sandeep. Sandeep, are you there?
Yes.
Do you want to attempt table topic?
Okay.
Okay. You're a Toastmaster or a guest for the first time? Just confirming.
I'm a guest.
You're a guest. Okay. So your topic goes something like this. So whether you would prefer to be a deep sea diver or an astronaut? Deep sea diver or an astronaut? What would you choose?
I like to be a deep sea diver because the world is mostly people live mostly in the world, but we can see the presence of water a year. But what will be the real full of water and what would be inside the water? We have to explore more and more inside it because it leaves more than we see up, we see down. So we like to be present with them and become a good nature follower and natural keeper. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sandeep, for being sportive and attempting the table topic. Truly appreciate the fact that you took the deep sea diver's perspective and exploring to the depths of the ocean, which just goes to show how much you love nature. Thank you so much. Keep visiting CTM, and we would love to have you. So
Thank you.
Up we'll have, yeah, thank you, Sandeep. So next up we'll have guest Rebecca. Is she there? Rebecca, are you there? Okay, seeing no response, let me go to Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Aishwarya, are you there? Okay, I think she must be engaged with a professional work. Okay, having said that, let's Srikanth sir, do you want an attempt? Because I'm
Yes, Puneet, by all means.
I'm very well know, even if I cannot find anyone, Srikanth sir, definitely I'm gonna call Srikanth sir because he's the most sportive, always up for table topic. But no, and the most peculiar challenge is what is the toughest I can give it to you? Because okay,
Please
just
give me.
kidding.
Please give me a tough topic.
Okay, so this will work for you, I believe. So, in order to become old and wise, in order to become old and wise, you must be young and stupid. I'll repeat again. In order to become old and wise, you must be young and stupid. Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Puneet. See, the first and foremost thing that you need to have is to become wise is you need to empty your cup. So most of us, when we start listening to somebody, we always pre-assess them and try to find a reason why what he or she is saying is not suitable to us. It could make sense provided we empty our cup, which means you have to have an open mind. As the going says, no age is too big to learn and no age is too young to teach. If you have that kind of a mindset, you can learn till your last breath from each and every person who comes in contact with you and who is there in your life. Once you have that kind of an idea, you are stepping stone towards wisdom, because knowledge and education is from your schools and colleges. Wisdom, you can never learn wisdom. You can acquire wisdom provided you have the attitude of saying, yes, I am still young to learn from you, whatever may be your age. So this is a clear shot. You can hit the bullseye whether you're educated or not, whether you're literate or illiterate. Empty your cup. There is a beautiful Chinese story about a Chinese man who went to the master. The young chap knew a lot, but when he sat in front of a very senior master, he started smiling at him, and the master could sense it and told him, my dear friend, if you want to learn anything from me, empty your cup and sit in front of me. There was a teapot and a cup which was overpouring with the tea. Empty your cup, empty your cup, empty your cup. You can see phenomenal wisdom coming into you. Thank you very much. Back to you, topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan sir. I'm still emptying my cup and trying to observe all the wisdoms you have thrown in. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure listening to you. So next up, I'll call Geeta ma'am, one of the most amazing Wonder Women of our club. Geeta ma'am, are you there?
Yes.
Do you want an attempt table topic? Or okay, I'm anyways going to give it. Please turn on your videos.
Sorry, Puneet, I was not able to hear you.
Yeah, that's okay. I haven't given the topic yet. I just
Okay.
wanted to know whether you're present or not.
Yeah.
Or you would also be like Zoom fatigue. It would have happened. So
I was planning to, you caught me.
thank you so much, ma'am. Your topic goes like this. What you want is on the other side of fear.
What you want is on the other side of the
Fear.
fear. Good evening, everybody. For once, I have got a topic that I can talk about. This fear is something which has always stopped me into trying anything new. I could so much relate myself with Toastmaster Abhirami's speech. What will others think about me? This has always stopped. Had I, it's only very recently I have started fighting my fears, and right now I'm doing things that which I wouldn't have even thought that I'll be doing. I'm fighting my fears and I'm coming forward in my life. Had I started this, taken this step, maybe I could have achieved something more than what I am right now doing. So what definitely, I would totally agree with Toastmaster Puneet that what you want is on the other side of the fear. So the first thing that you need to do is to shed the fear and Just do what you enjoy doing. Just enjoy the process, and then you will achieve what you exactly want in life. So this is one thing I have understood very late in my life. So most of you who are very young and you have started their journey, maybe in your workplace or in the Toastmasters also. So what I urge you all is to put your best foot forward. Just let go of the fear that is pulling you down. And once you let go of your fear, you will surely find what you want. Over to you, Toastmaster Puneet.
Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am, for that inspiring talk. You should be the next brand ambassador of Mountain Dew. But having said that, so next up, I think Neena ma'am, I'll take you, although you are a speaker. But today, everybody is gonna get a chance to speak. That's the best part of it. You know, I am the table topic master, right? Just kidding. Abhilash has given me time till 5:25. So Neena ma'am, are you there? Okay, I can see you clearly. Start is what stops most people. Start is what stops most people. Neena ma'am, you're on mute. I'll repeat the topic. Yes, ma'am. Did you understand the topic, or I'll repeat it once again for you?
Start is what stops most people.
Exactly.
Perfect. I think you're absolutely correct. Both Abhirami and Geeta have been talking about this. What stops us from starting? It's all those mental blocks that we have. I remember when I was driving or learning to drive, it was like there was this particular slope that is, some of you may be familiar with it, Nelson Manikam Road, Loyola College underbridge. So every time I had to take that route, I would be like, you know, that's a deep dip, and then I have to go up. What happens if my car gets stuck on that slope? And I had visions of, you know, slowly descending backwards into the car behind me, or getting stuck and unable to go forward, and all the cars behind me honking. And I was like, oh my God, what will I do? So I would avoid that route as much as I could. And then as I started driving, things became a little easier. And one day I realized I crossed Nelson Manikam Bridge, underbridge, without even realizing that that was not just a slope, that was just a little dip in the road, and all I had to do was carry on. So all of us have all these different starting troubles. Psychologists will call them fear of failure, fear of success. There are labels for everything. But at the end of the day, you should follow Adidas and see what they say. And Nike, sorry. Just do it. That way you'll overcome whatever you want. And let me see if I can fit in that word of the day, palanade about it forever after. Back to you, Toastmaster.
So Geeta ma'am was the brand ambassador of Mountain Dew. Now we have distinguished Toastmaster Neena ma'am endorsing Nike in the open forum. Great to know that, ma'am. Thank you so much. Next up, I have my mentee Deepak, who was like watching till when I'm gonna get the topic. Deepak, are you there? Yeah, he's there.
Yes, Puneet. Yes,
I'm not gonna give the topic which you wanted to speak, but I'm gonna give you something equally challenging. Okay?
Yes, please.
So your topic is inspired from the quote of Rumi, which goes like this: "The cure of the pain is in the pain. The cure of the pain is in the pain." Toastmaster Deepak.
The cure of the pain is in the pain.
Is in the pain.
Oh, good. So now I was traveling to Trichy, okay, from Chennai. That is the time when I was engaged. Okay, so and I wanted to see my fiance. So I had a lot of travel sickness where I was having this entire journey is very exhausting for me. So then I went to there at last, and then there comes my father-in-law, and he asked me, "Why the hell? It is not yet, you are not yet married, so why did you come here before?" So it pained me a lot. Okay, Now then, I told him, I came here to take care of your daughter in future if you let me in. So now he had no other go to let me see the pain, the actual pain. He was thinking in his mind, well, she was a pain for me for so many years. Let her be a pain for you for the upcoming years. So now, after I married her, I really understood the meaning of this topic. It is relating the pain, the cure for the pain is really the pain which is being with you for the rest of the year. Thank you. Have a good day.
I hope your wife is not listening to you. But having said that, appreciate the attempt. No doubt it's a slightly difficult
I told
topic.
it's a cure.
Yeah, that's what. Anyways, next up we have, okay, we still have around 18 minutes with us. So next up I'll call our presiding officer, sorry, one second, I'll call, sorry, not Abhilash, excuse you, I have already spoken. Next up I'll call Guru Mayapan sir, our Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, please proceed.
I thought of picking you out because you were silently enjoying all people out there. I thought, okay, let me make you the scapegoat for this topic. So your topic goes like this. Good is not good when better is expected. Good is not good when better is expected. Toastmaster Guru Mayapan sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet, for this wonderful topic. Actually, this I like to share my personal experience. Good is not good when better is expected. Actually, I used to perform well in my job even before I used to finish all tasks on time, and I also post help desk tickets on time. But still, my boss says your performance is not up to the level, and much better is expected from you. So I was wondering on what kind of better performance he is expecting from me when I'm already giving more than 100%. So later on, I found that he wants me to take up some initiatives out of my comfort zone and out of my wish. I think I have to go on voluntary and ask him to give extra task. So which I have started using now. So hopefully I live up to the expectation that good is not enough, but better is expected from me. So with the new year on the verge, on the horizon, so I'm expecting much better performance in the years and days to come from the new year onwards. Thank you, Table Topic Master Punit, for the wonderful topic.
Thank you so much, Guru sir. Now, any guest who want to volunteer? I see, yeah. I doubt nobody wants to volunteer. Aishwarya, are you there? Or I think she's engaged with something else.
Hi, I'm right here.
Oh, hi. एक second. आओ. आता हूँ. Uh, sorry for that Zoom bombing. Just the topic for you goes like this. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You miss 100% of the shot you don't take. Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The topic which is given by Toastmaster Puneet is you don't miss 100% of the shots which you don't take, right? All right. So all right. Okay. So which I like to relate it with my, again, back to my college days, because there's so much of things which have happened in my college, basically, well, compared to that of my school. So there's this thing like in my final year, not in final, in my second year, where we're supposed to submit all our works for the jury, for the external jury, because I'm a dual degree student, and there's a couple of faculties to be coming all the way from the UK, land up in Chennai, and verify all our works and cross check the marks given. So there was this one faculty I don't know what, I became her favorite student. Each and every day she'll make me stay after 4 also. Probably 1 hour she'll make me stay after 4, sit and complete all the subjects, I mean all the works in that particular module. Especially when it comes to this marketing module, she'll make me sit and finish up all the tasks, and then I leave, because that much of insist, like the work which the level of expectations, I have to meet to her expectations at any cost. So as I was finishing the work day by day, after finishing it, there is another set of students from Bangalore. We have two branches, so these Bangalore students will come to Chennai and they display their work as well. So these Bangalore students came to Chennai, and as they were displaying the work, this faculty called me to the staff room. Okay, I was ready for whatever it is, let it happen. I went down, and then she told me, why can't you rework on this particular subject? Just because that student did well, why don't you do it again? I got pissed off and I did. After redoing it, she came back to me and said, you know what? You got the first mark in that. I'm like, ma'am, are you kidding me or just putting the thing on me? She says, no, 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 you only got the first mark. Then, which made me to realize that the amount of pressure which she gave to me is to get that particular, mark, or to meet that certain level of expectations. So, which made me like, okay, so I am capable to do each and everything. Back to you, table topic master.
Okay, thank you so much, Aishwarya, for sharing that unique experience of yours. So I think that's it from my side. We have around 11 table topics today. It's very rare which happens, but still. So the first topic which was attempted was by Toastmaster Abhilash. The word CA means come again. The second topic was attempted by Toastmaster Satyaraj. Growth and comfort do not coexist. The third one, which was attempted by Toastmaster Kalwat, just because it fits doesn't mean that it actually fits. Next was attempted by Toastmaster Nanda. When nothing goes right, go left. The fifth topic was attempted by our guest Sandeep, deep sea diver or an astronaut. The sixth topic was attempted by Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan. In order to be old and wise, you must be young and stupid. The seventh topic was attempted by Geeta ma'am. What you want is on the other side of fear. The eighth topic was attempted by DTM Nina ma'am. Start is what stops most people. The ninth topic was attempted by Toastmaster Deepak. Cure of the pain is in the pain. Toastmaster Guru attempted the 10th topic. Good is not good and better is expected. And last topic was attempted by Toastmaster Aishwarya. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Now you might be wondering why I've said this. Because we have this voting process, right? So I want you to vote. So when Abhilash launches the poll, I want you to vote the person who you believe have stick to the topic. So I think that's it from my side. I really enjoyed being the table topic master, and apologies for that Zoom hopping. It happens because I borrowed my roommate's table without his permission and he came to get it back. But having said that, I thoroughly enjoyed being the table topic master. These topics will be shared for your own reference in our CTM group as well. So with that, that's it from my side. Keep attempting table topic because table topic day keeps nervousness away and it always brings out the best in people. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Guru sir.
Thank you, Puneet, for that wonderful session and for your wonderful topics and also nice selection of people for the topics. Now we are in the last segment of every Toastmasters meeting, which is critical and crucial for development of each and every Toastmaster, be it a tag team or evaluator or prepared speaker. So for that, we have a special person called Shrikant Kuttikrishnan, who is working in Southern Railways for more than 20 years to conduct this evaluation session. So Shrikant, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guru Ayyappan, for introducing me for the second time. I've been with the organization for the past 31 years. And now let me take you through the evaluation session. As I've told you, when I came and spoke to you for the first time during this meeting, I have two sets of team. First is the tag team and then speech evaluators. Now it's time for the speech evaluators to give their evaluation, speech evaluation, individual speech evaluation. For the first speaker, who was Toastmaster Abhirami, her speech has been evaluated by Toastmaster Nanda, who works with a Cisco system. He's a team lead, a very proficient and prolific speaker, humorous speaker. I request Toastmaster Nanda to please tell us what he felt about Abhirami's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srikanth. The fear of new can never be conquered. It can only be accepted. Thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami, for sharing this beautiful thought with your personal life journey, where how you face the new challenge and overcome it with 4 simple steps to follow for the audience. I loved 2 things very much from your speech. First thing was the opening, where you pondered or asked the audience to think what they thought about taking up a new change. So that instantly got the audience attention right at the start. The second thing is how you mixed your life journey with your speech. So it was not just like a sermon sort of thing where you told how you faced the first idiom master role and how did you prepare and what made you kept not to sleep entire night and how what is the emotional turmoil. So you are beautifully mixing your personal life story with your speech. So it had the audience grab right through the speech. So very well done. I have 2 suggestions to improve your speech to the next level. The first thing is about the closing. Your speech was very powerful right till the closing point, but we thought it ended a bit abruptly. Maybe you could have summarized the entire speech and then inspire the audience to try these steps or try this out and see how it works for them. The second thing is like there was a lot of emotional turmoil in your this speech where how did you overcome that and what made you okay. So which means there are a lot of scope for voice modulation. Maybe you could have used your voice variation to convey the internal turmoil or your emotional state of mind. That would have been really awesome. The third recommendation is about your eye positioning. So your eyes were constantly rolling from your left, right, and the top, which seemed to indicate to the audience that you are not bit under confidence or you are thinking and speaking, not speaking at the go. Maybe you could have avoided that by better pushing the eye always on the screen and not dilating left and right. To summarize, it was a beautiful journey, life journey, where you shared the audience and with very good 4 steps which every audience can try it out in their life. But with my few suggestions of using voice modulation with a powerful conclusion and also with a better eye contact, I'm sure your future speeches will be awesome. All the best, Toastmaster Abhirami. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Deepak Thompson. We heard him speak about the responsible one. Her speech has been evaluated by Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Aishwarya is a fashion designer, a very young and talented Toastmaster from Chennai Toastmasters Club. And now I request Toastmaster Aishwarya to please read out the evaluation she has done for Toastmaster Deepak's speech. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak, your speech was indeed great. Now let me start with what has first grabbed my attention with. The initial stage when you asked the audience to turn on the camera, almost everyone has on it, and it made us to know, it grabbed us to know more about your speech. Like you hooked the audience and made us so anxious to know what you're going to convey. So it was the very first stage was very well done and was highly commendable. Now, based on feedback which you received on the first speech, I like to reiterate that. So first feedback was to work on the transition and the pause and the video positioning, including real-time experiences, and to challenge yourself is to play on voice modulation. Now, based on this feedback which I have received on the first speech, let me evaluate on those bases on the speech which you have delivered now. The thing which I felt is that your pauses could be improved even more. In the initial stage, that is the first half of the speech, you feel you had enough of pauses. As it slowly moved into the body of the speech and to the conclusion, I felt like you rushed a little bit more, as maybe you want to finish your speech on time, and it made me to lose track of it. And at the same time, the topic made me to feel a little bit dissolved. Like in the initial part, you had already, since the topic said about responsibility, you shared about maybe about your friend being in a responsible manner. As it went slowly, I felt it got dissolved. And And one more thing which was suggested in the first speech is that to work on your video positioning, which I felt you could work on that in even now also. Based on this video positioning, I have noticed as far as to my knowledge, when you, for instance, when you play the tag roles, you sit maybe in front of your laptop with a wall behind you. But when you're delivering speeches, I could see the rack like that on the top. So I would suggest you to choose any one location, either for performing the tag role or idiom master, whatever role it is. Please sit or select in any one location. So having said this, and another recommendation is that to work on your voice modulation, which has been suggested in the previous speech, which I felt it's not been implemented in your second speech. Having said these commendations and recommendations, now let me quickly go through that for your benefit. So your eye contact was well appreciated and you had the real life experiences and the examples as well. My suggestions would be is to improve on your voice modulation and to work on your location. And having said this, I wish you all the best to work on these suggestions to your future speeches. And I'm happy to evaluate the speech. All the best for your future speeches. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Distinguished Toastmaster Nina John was our third speaker who gave us a wonderful background of Zoom, which is ruling the world as a virtual meeting hall. Her speech has been evaluated by Toastmaster Geeta Shroff. Geeta Shroff is a social activist associated with a couple of social clubs in and around Chennai, a very passionate and a very promising, talented Toastmaster. Now I request Toastmaster Geeta Shroff to please read out her evaluation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Geeta Shroff.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant. Good evening, everybody, once again. DTM Nina John has presented a speech on research and presenting, and the objectives requires her to research her project and to present before the audience. And DTM Nina John has presented to us the most relevant topic which we all have been working on, that is the Zoom Zoom. She has also given us a lot of understanding, and she's brought into our awareness about who the founder of the Zoom is, and it has also been founded about 9 years ago, and which has gained popularity the recent times due to the pandemic. We all have been consuming lot of, we all have occupied our times with Zoom. We have been attending lots of video conferences, but at least I was not aware of the details. I'm sure most of you will not be aware of it, and it's a wonderful opportunity for us to understand about who the founder was and when it was founded. Coming to my next recommendation, DTM Nina John's speech was well structured, and it was provided with layers and layers of information that supported her point. And the best thing that I enjoyed was she had presented the speech with the layers, bringing into relevance about the international president of the Toastmasters Club, Richard Peck. She's told us that how easy it has become for us to get connected globally. She's also made a reference about the CTM club meeting by putting in the pictures in the presentation about the CTM club meeting, and her granddaughter, of course, she has also told us about that. But what I was also expecting is DTM Nina John told us that this is the most widely accepted video conferencing. She also had made relevance about the Google Meet and the Geo Meet that has come up, and they are also doing wonders. I would have definitely wanted to know that why is it that Zoom is more popular than the other video conferencing. Probably I'm sure most of you also would have loved to listen more about it. Maybe a little comparison between what Zoom is actually doing more than the other things, or why Zoom is more popular than the other meets, because most of the time we are on the Zoom meetings. So we hardly hear about the Google Meet or anything, or the Geo Meet. So that's one thing I would have loved to know. Apart from that, it was a very well structured, well organized, a wonderful speech which gave us a lot of information about the Zoom, which we have been spending most of the time with. And yes, definitely, I would have also liked to know about the other conferences and in what way Zoom makes it Zoom that is more popular than the other video conferencing apps. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta Shroff. Now the first part of the evaluation is over. You've heard all the three speech evaluators give their report. Now it's time for me to call my timer today's meeting, Toastmaster Abhilash, who has been introduced a couple of times earlier. I request Toastmaster Abhilash to please give us a detailed report about his role as a timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhilash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shrikant Krishnan. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. Reading out the time is good. What could be even better? Reading out your time along with the good usages that you did will be even better. And so, good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. Once again, I am here to present to you a one of its kind combined timer and grammarian report for today. Let's roll on. Moving on, the first speaker, Toastmaster Abhirami, took 6 minutes and 25 seconds to complete her speech. Some of the good usages in her speech were making time to try something new, enjoying at your own pace, enjoying the thrill, to seek within. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Deepak, took 7 minutes and 22 seconds to complete his speech. Some of his good usages were to start on a complaining note, blow off some steam, and pouring out your concern. And to those of you who are wondering what blow off some steam means, it means to cool down in case you're pent up or angered or frustrated, to just calm things down. That's what blow off your steam means. Moving on to speaker number 3, distinguished Toastmaster Neena John. She took 5 minutes and 30 seconds to complete her speech. Some of the good usages were keeping something at the back of your mind. So what does keeping something at the back of your mind mean? This means you have some issue which you remember and then you forget it and move on, and suddenly one day it appears. A contemporary usage which I found in DTM Neena John's speech is Zoom fatigue, something which we all definitely have. Moving on to the TT session. Toastmaster Abhilash, so I spoke first. I took 1 minute and 46 seconds. Toastmaster Satyaraj, who came in second, took 1 minute and 3 seconds. One good usage he used was interested in learning. Toastmaster Kalwat came in next. He took a time of 1 minute and 23 seconds. One good phrase that he used was to fit yourself and prove yourself to the world. Toastmaster Nanda came in fourth. He took 1 minute and 31 seconds to finish his speech. Some of the good usages in his speech were think through and think around the solution. The next was Jeff Sandeep, who took 45 seconds to finish his speech. Up next at number 6 was Toastmaster Shrikant, who took 1 minute and 36 seconds to complete his speech. Some of the good usages were no age is too big to learn and no age is too small to teach. What a lovely phrase. Toastmaster Geeta came in next. She took 1 minute and 26 seconds. Next up at number 8 was distinguished Toastmaster Neena John, who took 1 minute and 46 seconds. And here, let us all clap for the only usage of the word of the day today. Distinguished Toastmaster Neena John used the word of the day today. Moving on, Toastmaster Deepak came in next. He took a time of 1 minute and 22 seconds. Toastmaster Guru took 1 minute and 10 seconds and used a phrase, with the new year on the horizon, let us try to give our best. Finally, we had Toastmaster Aishwarya, who spoke about her own experience. She took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Moving on to the evaluations. Toastmaster Nanda took 2 minutes and 23 seconds to finish his speech. Some of the good usages there were emotional turmoil, beautifully mixing, thinking and speaking through. Next up, Toastmaster Aishwarya, who evaluated Toastmaster Deepak. She took 3 minutes and 15 seconds to complete her evaluation. One good usage that I found in hers was lost track of time, and the other one was highly commendable. The final evaluation of distinguished Toastmaster Nina was done by Toastmaster Geeta, who took 3 minutes and 9 seconds to complete her speech. And she used the phrase occupied our time. With this, I have almost completed my report. Any meeting is enriched by the quality of language that we use, and today had many such wonderful usages. But we, as Toastmasters, should take care to ensure that we do not use unparliamentary language. A couple of usages of unparliamentary language today that I noted, words like screwed and pissed off could have been put in better situation, could have been put into better words and used to convey the same or similar emotions. And so with this, my lengthy and elaborate report is over. Thank you for listening. It's a virtual meeting, so you couldn't throw those tomatoes or eggs at me. Thank you for the patience. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters Abhilash, for your combined report of a timer as well as the grammarian. Well done. Aha, aha, aha. It's what most of us unknowingly make while we speak. We are not aware of it, but our subconscious mind comes into play when we use those words. When we fumble for words, we use these sounds. And I'm sure all of you who had spoken this afternoon would like to know whether those kind of unwanted sounds have been made. To let you know what was the ahs and ums that you have made in your speech, it is the job of our R counter to keep track of that. And today, our R counter is Toastmaster Satyaraj. Is going to read out a detailed report as an R counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Satyaraj.
Thank you, Srikanth Kuttikrishna. So today, very good evening, Toastmaster and guest. Today, first time I take the R counter role in our CTF club. As much my listening capability, I will note out. If anything, if you're wrong, please ignore it. Now I will be submit my detailed report. Toastmaster Abhirami for Sergeant of Arms, flawless. In the informal speech, 1 2 ha, and more than 3 hand. 1 usage of but, one. Abhirami favorite word is and. Next, Toastmaster Abhilash. So more than 3 times and more than 3 times, but 1 time, more than 3 times. Your favorite word is, Toastmaster Crow Aeropan. So more than 3 times and more than 3 times, more than 3 times. Your favorite word, so and wonderful. Toastmaster Punit. So more than 3 times and 2 times, 1 times, 1 times. Your favorite word, so. Toastmaster Jagdish, in court master, flawless. Toastmaster Venu, flawless. Srikanth Kuttikrishna, unused more than times. When table topic, flawless. Your favorite word, and Toastmaster Nanda, so twice, but 1 time. In evaluation, you are flawless. Toastmaster Aishwarya, so twice and twice, 1 time, 1 time. Toastmaster Deepak, so more than 3 times, 2 times, and more than 3 times. Your favorite word. So now, Toastmaster Ninajan, DTM Ninajan ma'am, and 2 times, so 1 time. Toastmaster Geeta, 1 time, so 1 time, and 1 time, but 1 time. Toastmaster Kalvat, so 1 time, 1 time, but 1 time. Guest Sandeep, 2 times and 1 time. That's it. Over to you, Toastmaster Srikanth Kotikasi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satyaraj, for keeping track and letting us know how much of R and Ums that we have been using in today's meeting. Well, now let me give you a piece of my mind about today's meeting. It's always been one of the hallmark of CTM to start the meeting right on time, every time. I doubt whether we have missed that any time for the past couple of years since I've been with CTM. Meeting started on time. Sergeant at Arms was very forthcoming, very cheerful, brought smile, and also gave us the basic rules or the code of conduct that needs to be followed during the meeting. I really appreciate that. Then came our presiding officer, and presiding officer also gave us a beautiful introduction, and the way he introduced the Toastmaster of the day was very well done. And next was the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan. I'm so happy that you took up this theme, burning your boats. It was a kind of a tricky topic. I didn't understand for sure what that really means, but I've heard about burning your bridges, but burning your boats, I just had to find out from Google, and it was a very inspiring story that you shared with us, that we need to go forward irrespective of what we are facing in the future ahead. Ultimate goal is to be successful. You are very forthcoming. You gave us a good example of the theme that you have used. And I also appreciate the transition that you had handled between prepared speech and the table topic and then the general evaluation. It was well handled. You did your job really well. But I felt that maybe because of oversight, you missed introducing the evaluators, speech evaluators by their name. That could happen, but nothing to be worried about. That could have been more interesting for us to know who the evaluators are. Then came our speeches, prepared speeches, 3 wonderful speech topics. The first one was very interesting, someone special, the responsible one, and then we had Zoom, and then there's one more topic by Abhirami. That also was very interesting. I liked all the 3 speeches. And then the evaluators have done a wonderful job. The evaluation I was very interested because that they all 3 of them had a different type of evaluation. And it was very interesting. They came out with the summary of the speech as well as the good things about the speech with an example. I really liked the way that was done. And the suggestions also was very appropriate. I was observing all the speakers, and the suggestions given by the evaluators also was very well done. And to me today, the icing on the cake is the TT session. TT session, what was very impressive to me was that each of the topic that the TT master gave had a chance for every speaker to share his personal story relating to that topic. That is very interesting. See, what happens during those times is you don't have to think much about what you need to speak because it is there within you. You're just pouring it out. Very well done, TT Master. I like the way that you have done that. Then, okay, I forgot about the quote master. Jagadish, the quote that you shared also was very interesting quote, Jagadish. Maybe if you could share the quote on a screen, we would be able to remember it. Then comes our idiom master, Toastmaster Venu, who said he's not very happy about idioms, but he came out something very brilliant that he had to say, and blood is thicker than water. I'm for sure never knew what that really meant. The meaning of that phrase or quote or whatever you say about that is very well understood by each and every one of us. And the way you displayed that, the quote on the screen and with the meaning within brackets, that was interesting. That was very well done. And my special thanks and appreciation for my tag team, the dual role that has been played by Abhilash as a timer and a grammarian. Tough job. He had to handle a couple of roles today. You have done that job very well, Abhilash. Thank you very much for that. Satyaraj, again, you have made a mark as a very good R counter. manning this encounter is very tough. You need to be very keen in listening. You have shown tremendous ability and skill in listening to each and every speaker. I'm so impressed by the way that you have done your encounters role. Well done, Satyaraj. I'm looking forward to your roles in the future. Then what could I say? I mean, my job was pretty easy and cool today because CTM is always top notch in conducting their meetings. And there was nothing much that could be done, but except for a couple of suggestions that I would like to share with you is one of the technical glitch that we face. I felt the person who's handling the sharing of screen should be more proficient, more capable of sharing, because there were situations when the speaker we could hear but could not see. And the sharing of the time card, that could have been better. And also the first speaker, when he was speaking, we could hear him, but as I said, we could not see him. These are the couple of things that I felt needs to be worked upon. Otherwise, nothing much. It was a very wonderful Sunday evening to evaluate the session. Sitting at home and just sipping a tea and evaluating was very comfortable to me. I really enjoyed it. And guess, I request you to join us for the next week meeting. It's going to be a literally Christmas Eve meeting. Very interesting it is going to be. I want you to join so that we can all celebrate Christmas together on this platform. With this note, thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and back to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Guru Ayappan.
Thank you, Srikanth, for that wonderfully, brilliantly conducted session of general evaluation. Now we are almost nearing the end of the meeting. Now it is time for us to launch the polls. Now we will launch the poll for the best speaker. Now polls, please. Now it is time to launch best table topic speaker. Now it is time for us to launch a vote for evaluation. Now it is time for us to launch a best role player. Now it is time to launch for the best jig tag team. Now it is time for us to vote for idiom or quad master role player. Thank you, CTM members, for voting for all the role players, best prepared speakers winners. Now it is my turn to hand over control to presiding officer of the day. Presiding officer of the day is Abhilash. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Guruvayurappan, for having conducted the meeting across in an exemplary manner. And now it is that time when we receive feedback on what we did well and where we could further improve. Today's feedback session is going to be unique. We are not going to just limit ourselves to the guests, but we are going to also have a feedback from our own members on today's meeting. But traditionally, let's start off with the guest. Guest Rebecca, could you tell us your feedback on today's meeting? Okay, that was probably a very, I don't know. So I think our guest has left the meeting as soon as I called her out by name. So it's embarrassing to say the least. So let's now, before we move on to our members' feedback, Toastmaster Satyaraj performed his role of accountant today for the first time. So let's all give him a standing ovation.
Thank you.
Now let's hear feedback from our own members. Please feel free right now to unmute yourself and tell us how today's meeting went. No, Puneet said, start is the biggest stop. Puneet gave a topic, so we are actually experiencing that here, I guess. So why don't we start with Puneet as TT Master? Come on.
Yeah, that's
Puneet.
what I want. Logging through my phone, you can see me in two IDs. Right?
Sure, Puneet, go ahead.
Okay. So we did really well. I think we could have added one more speaker, but then challenge very well. In fact, done well. We
Puneet, I think your internet connection is not stable. Can't hear you. Not sure if it's mine.
Srikanth sir, can you hear me? Or Abhilash?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Now you're audible. Now you're audible.
I think Virami, your internet service provider.
No, now once you were checking, yes, you were audible. Not prior to that.
Just kidding. Okay. But having said that, I think
No, we can't hear you, Puneet.
Maybe you can turn off your video, Puneet.
well, and maybe can you hear me now, sir?
Now, yeah, please proceed.
Okay, I don't know what. Okay, Geo is betraying me today. So maybe an honest suggestion to all the evaluators, if possible, try to give evaluation from your own perspective. Don't speak for the audience, because I know it sounds harsh, but even I'll share an amazing resource which I have. Okay, I'll share it in the group. There's a resource called Effective Evaluation. Evaluation is always supposed to be personalized and not from audience perspective. I think that is where most of us do that mistake, because at the end of the day, you don't see your favorite movie reviewer Harsha Bogle giving feedback from, for example, you have he should have played the audience who enjoyed. They always speak from their own perspective, and even it has helped me in my own evaluation contest as well. So sorry, not bragging, but even in our own CTM club contest meeting, always speak from audience perspective, which is something we know in evaluation. So a strong suggestion for all the evaluators. There will be disagreement out here, but in my opinion, evaluation is supposed to be personalized and not from the audience perspective. Sorry, I have taken more than 2 minutes. Back to you, Abhilash.
So let's move on. Can we have Nina ma'am?
Actually, the last person you should have here, because I was skipping in and out of the meeting because I just I had 2 presentations before this, and then I got into this meeting and there was another meeting going on. So I was kind of totally zapped by Zoom. But thanks to Zoom, I was able to attend 4 different meetings in 3 hours. So
1 revolving chair and 4 laptops, and is that how it goes?
Absolutely. But it was fun. Whatever I saw was okay. And table topics, yeah, there's always this dilemma about whether you should have the table topics on the screen or whether you should just this thing. And I would, one suggestion I would like to make is that if you're going to ask a guest anything, try sending them a private message first saying, would you be ready to speak on table topics or something like that? Especially guests, you have to be very tactful because most of them are petrified of public speaking, and that's why they've come into this forum. So be aware of that. And yeah, so that's about it. Good job otherwise. And great job, Abhilash, of combining timer and grammar. Fantastic. Yes, back to you.
Toastmaster Shrikant. So I know
Thank
you
you.
provided us your general evaluative views, but
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. CTM's meeting is always par excellence. There's nothing much to be said about it. I mean, today, as I've told in my general evaluation, the TT session was very innovative and it was very easy to handle from personal perspective. And the evaluation, as Puneet had told, it could be from the point of view of the resource that he's sharing. It should be very personal, but also it is a no holds bar. When it comes to a competition, then you go by the ranking or the marking criteria, but here you can mix and match. You can have a little bit of your personal as well as, I mean, see, the idea is we are having guests in today's meeting, so we would like to have an evaluation a little bit from the guest perspective also. What the guest thought about the speech can also be shared. I mean, if you could read into the guest's mind and say what that point they would be thinking about in your evaluation, it will strike a chord with them. They will immediately try to find a reason to be in common terms with you, saying that, yeah, what I was thinking about the speaker, the evaluator also said. See, that way we can get more guests interested, and otherwise everything is fine. And one suggestion that I would like to give today is the role played by the general evaluator could have been better. That is what I felt. Otherwise, there is no suggestion as such. If there is any...
Who was the general evaluator?
Who was the general evaluator?
Who was the general evaluator?
He was the general evaluator.
Are you sure?
I was confused.
The general evaluator could have done a better role. By this, I have emptied
In
my
what way?
cup.
Be specific. Be specific. In what way?
What way is I totally messed up with the order of giving my appreciation. The quote master and the idiom master came after TT. I felt that because in the TT evaluation was given by me, there would have been a love up in the heart of the quote master and the idiom master. Oh my God, general evaluator has missed me. So that could have been a source of concern for them. I am the reason for that. So I could have done on that, and better things I could have done.
It's okay, sir. Both of them left by the time you gave G.
So you don't have to worry about their feelings.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking, I mean, we are into a Thanksgiving weekend, we are going into Christmas weekend and New Year weekend, and here we are having no laughter. I thought, okay, let me all jokes. So I thought, why make fun of myself? Please take it in the right way, and don't strike me off in the future GE's role that if I take up.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
And Abhilash is now asking me to quit, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Abhilash, back to you.
Thank you.
Guys, I really love.
Let's go on. Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Back to you, Abhilash.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Toastmaster Aishwarya, you're here?
Is there? Yes, I'm here, Abhilash.
Come on.
So basically, like, I felt the meeting was good today. The only one part which I missed from morning is the agenda, because even I was clueless regarding whose speech do I need to evaluate. Although I nominated myself for the first time as a speech evaluator, I was like puzzled. All right, do I need to evaluate Abhirami's speech or Deepak's speech or like the next speaker's speech? Like I was confused, like to whose speech to evaluate. So the only one suggestion is that to ensure this agenda thing gets and reach the members on time, so that people will know whose role is played first, followed by next what and what. So this is one suggestion which I would drop here by. Thank you.
Definitely agreed. It was a perfect thing, Sophie. Yeah, we did not release the agenda due to some unfortunate issues. We'll ensure this doesn't happen again. Thank you, Aishwarya. Toastmaster Geeta.
Yeah, hi, Abhilash. Yeah, tell me.
Your
you-
feedback, ma'am. Yes.
Oh, I'm loving it. CTM meetings are the best. Really nice. I really have a good time. I've been attending